Hello, this is your friendly digital engagement specialist, Tina Shea Blanchette with WordPress Wednesday. This week we're going to be talking about your homepage slider. I want to show you a few examples of slides that work and some that don't work. I also want to let you know that we are unveiling our new test sites. You can find them at elementary.jpschools.org and middlehigh.jpschools.org. When you visit these sites, you'll find my WordPress Wednesday webcast, and you'll also find postings and lots of examples of do's and don'ts for your brand new website. This week, I'm going to keep it short and sweet by showing you a few examples of do's and don'ts with your slider on your website. Here at elementary.jpschools.org, you'll see some examples of slides that work and that don't work. This first slide is a great example of what works on school sites. It's a picture of students in uniform. As you can see, they're happy and they're clearly representing their school. This is the type of image that makes a great slide. When I go to the next slide, I can see another image, same image, but in this case it's been stretched out. I've seen this a lot on sites where people are taking pictures that may be too small, and so they go ahead and make them bigger. As a rule, you never want to enlarge a picture. It's okay to shrink it, but you don't want to make it larger because you get things like this. You get stretched out images. In some cases, you'll also get images that are blurry like this one. Again, images should never be increased in size. Another issue with image size is when we use images that are the wrong size. Now, some slides will allow you to upload pictures that are the wrong size, but then you get all of this ugly blank space around it. And when you look at this full width slider with an image that's right in the middle, you can see that it doesn't look as good as one like this, okay? Another way to deal with images is to create a collage. If you know you have images that are too small, take a couple of them and put them together. You can do this in Paint, you can do it in Photoshop. Any photo editing software is going to allow you to go in and put these pictures together like so. Now we're looking at the middle high school sample site at middlehigh.jpschools.org. Now when you look at these pictures, I've given some more examples of what works and what doesn't work for school sites. Now this first image is just an image of 501 Manhattan where I work. A really great image for the front page of your site is a really nice image of your school. And I've seen a lot of that on sites, and that's really a great way to introduce people to who you are and where you are. Now, if I scroll through, another thing that I'm noticing on school sites is that some people are putting captions like office or kids or school building or the name of the school. Keep in mind that if you have a really good image, you really don't need a caption. So make sure that when you're using captions, they're actually necessary. In this case, you see I've put the caption, the word building. Well, it's kind of obvious that it's a building, so you want to make sure that if you're putting a caption, it's something that actually enhances the picture that you see on the screen. Another example of an unnecessary caption is repeating the name of the website. Remember that the name of your school is going to be right here, so there's no need to put the name of your school on your slide. Another thing that I'm seeing quite a bit is you'll have a picture of an event that's going on at the school, maybe kids who have won an award or something like that, but there's no link to more information. So make sure that when you're actually talking about an event or something that's going on at your school, that you've created either an event or a post that's linked to the slide. Remember that when you edit your slide, and I'll go ahead and go there so you can see, when you add a new slide, remember that you have the option of adding a slide link. This is where you want to put the URL to a post or even just an event that you've created that's associated with whatever slide you've put. It's really important that when you have slides that are related to content, that you actually link it to the content. One last thing that I noticed with some of the sites is that we have some sites that have slides with images of teachers or other employees. We want to make sure that in general we try to keep the site kid focused, and remembering that that slide is the first thing that people see when they visit your site. You want to make sure that they either get a picture of your school or a picture of your students. Now sometimes it's going to be okay to use pictures of employees. For example, let's say that you want to highlight the teacher of the year or you had a teacher who won some type of award, or there's an event at the school and teachers attended. All of that is fine, but just keep in mind that this is the first time that people are seeing your brand new site, and you only get one chance to make a first impression. So in general, we're recommending that you either use a picture of your school so that people can know where they're going if they're coming to your school, or a picture of your students, because again, at the end of the day, everything that we do is about the students. And so having a beautiful picture of kids is a great way to introduce people to your website. Okay, so that's all I have for this week. I want you to make sure that you visit those test sites at elementary.jpschools.org and middlehigh.jpschools.org. When you visit those sites, everything that I've discussed, including examples, are on postings. So every WordPress Wednesday moving forward, I will write a post to go with the video so that you can see examples on a live site and see the do's and don'ts in action. This week, I also want to commend Christopher Joyce, the principal of Terrytown Elementary, for a job well done on their school website. I actually asked Chris to talk to you just for a minute to kind of tell you a little bit about his website. Visit it at terrytown.jpschools.org. You'll see that he's taken a lot of time to go through and really make his site as great as it can be, and I think it serves as a wonderful example as to what's possible with this new website. So again, we're going to go ahead and end with a few words from Christopher. And until next week when we talk about postings, my name is Tina Shea Blanchette. I'm your digital engagement specialist, and this has been WordPress Wednesday.
Hi, this is Christopher Joyce, the principal at Terrytown Elementary School. Thanks to Tina Shea for asking us to be a part of this spotlight this week. This was our first time using WordPress. I found that it was very easy to use and easy to link between pages, which is primarily what most of our work was. We wanted to make sure that our website was easy to use, easy to read, and very professional looking, because we know that a lot of teachers, parents, students use it. We have a very large school population, and so having a well-run website is one way to minimize the amount of calls that we have in our office, and can proactively solve some of those problems that are brought to our attention. So the first page in the screen that you get is this general information page that provides just basic information about our school, and then from there we also spend a lot of time on our news section, which we went back and looked at different articles that had been published about us or information that we had on our old website, and wanted to make sure that was all there, because this gives a very good idea of what our school is all about and some of the things that we've been doing recently. And anyone who doesn't know much about us can go to our news section and find out more information there. We also updated with a Facebook page and a Twitter account, both easy resources for our parents to use. We find that a lot of our parents might not have internet at home, but they do have Facebook or Twitter, and that allows us with just another way to communicate quickly with our partners. And then we also spent some time updating the calendar to include some events that we have going on. The office being closed for the summer, open enrollment. We have a Common Core Planning Summit that the teachers are doing at the last 3 days of July. That's actually linked to one of our slides, the Common Core Planning Summit, and then you can click on that and it takes you to information about the Common Core Planning Summit that we're doing with our teachers. So in a nutshell, those are just a few of the things that we did with our new website. We're happy about it, we like it, and thanks for highlighting us. Bye.